Hello everyone, welcome to our series on all about sponsorship visas. This is the first episode on employer sponsored visa series wherein I'll be discussing about different subclasses of employer sponsored visas. Hello everyone, my name is Priyanka Kansal. I'm the Director and Registered Migration Agent at OZ IMI Advisors. Now, employers in Australia regularly sponsor overseas workers because there is a gap in Australia for lots of skills. For example, currently there is a shortage of skilled workers in hospitality and tourism industry and other sectors too. Therefore, government has announced that if you are on student visa, you could work for full time if you are working in any kind of industry. And also you can apply for subclass 408 COVID stream if you are working in a critical sector for up to 12 months. Now, let's begin with discussing different types of subclasses under employer sponsored visas. Broadly, there are three categories to it. Number one is subclass 482, number two is subclass 186, and the third one is 494. Talking about subclass 482, to get eligible for this visa category, your occupation could be on short-term or medium to long-term list. If your occupation is on short-term list, you could be eligible to apply for 2 years of visa with a possible option for another 2 years extension. But there is no option of PR through this visa category. For example, cook, it is on short-term list, so you can apply for 2 years visa and can extend to another 2 years. There has been recent changes for STSOL, that is short-term occupation list, in which it can lead to a permanent residency, but in limited circumstances. I'm going to post a separate video on that for what are the requirements for those categories. Also, if ITO, International Trade Obligations, applies, you could be eligible to get up to 4 years of visa. Hong Kong passport holders may stay up to 5 years. If eligible, can apply for permanent residency as well. On the other side, if your occupation is on medium to long-term list, you could be eligible to apply for this visa for 4 years, wherein after working 3 years with the same employer, you could be eligible to apply your permanent residency through subclass 186 TRT. TRT means temporary residence transition. For example, chef. This occupation is on medium term list, so after working 3 years with your employer, you would be eligible to apply your PR. Now let's begin to talk about subclass 186. This visa subclass has two streams. Number one is 186 TRT, which means temporary residence transition. Another one is 186 direct entry. To get eligible for this subclass, your occupation must be in medium to long term list. Let's take the same example of chef. So as I mentioned earlier, if you work with the same employer for 3 years, you would be eligible for your permanent residency. The subclass you would be applying is subclass 186 TRT. However, if you have 3 years or more experience in your occupation, you could apply for 186 direct entry instead of applying 482 and then applying 186 TRT. To make it clearer, if you have 2 years of experience being a chef, go for 482 first, and then after working 3 years with your employer, go for 186 TRT. However, if you have 3 years or more experience, go for 186 direct entry, which is a permanent residence visa. The last category in employer sponsored visas is subclass 494, skilled employer sponsored regional provisional visa. As the name suggests, for this visa subclass, the sponsoring employer must be in the regional area to sponsor you under this category. For this visa subclass, your occupation could be on short-term or medium to long-term list. For example, cook, if your employer is in regional area, he can sponsor you for subclass 494. This visa is valid for 5 years, and after working 3 years with the same employer, you would be eligible to apply your permanent residency through subclass 191. So these were the different subclasses under employer sponsored visas. If you don't think you could be eligible for any of these visa subclasses, talk to your migration agent, or you can contact us on 0468 398 392 or visit our website www.ozimiadvisors.com.au for more information. Feel free to send your questions at info@ozimiadvisors.com.au and I'll try to answer them in my next episode. Take care everyone and be safe. This is Priyanka Kansal signing off. See you all in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.